Welcome to the tutorial. Today we're going to be going over how to add a custom map in Veins using OpenStreetMap and a program called Gatcom Sumo. So the first thing that we want to do is go and download Gatcom Sumo. And there will be a link in the description. So on this page here, what I actually want to do is go to Files here, and I want to download this version 1.04 because version 1.05 is not working for me for some reason. So I'm just going to go ahead and download this version, and I'm going to download the jar file. So the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and create a new folder on my desktop. And I'm going to call it Washington, D.C. because this is the map that I will be creating. After that, I'm going to actually copy some files from the Sumo directory. So I'm going to go to my C drive, program files, x86, go to Eclipse, and I'm just going to copy this whole folder for right now. And I'm going to paste it into the folder I just created. I'm also going to move the Gatcom Sumo program over to this folder as well. Let's see. So inside your folder you should have something like this now, and we can actually go ahead and open up this program, and you should see this. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to give the path to the Sumo binaries, which is actually going to be in this folder. We have it in this folder, so we can go ahead and click this button and point it to that. And we want to point to the bin folder, say open, and we're going to go ahead and give a name for our OSM file. And we're going to click this download button. So we want to make sure that the coordinates are set to latitude and longitude. And then we're actually going to go to OpenStreetMap. So like I said, for this map I'm going to be creating a custom map of Washington, D.C. You can choose any map that you like. Just going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and click on export here at the top. And I'm going to select this, which says manually select a different area. And I'm going to shrink it a little bit. So once we have the area selected that we would like to use, we can plug these latitude and longitude coordinates into the program. So you can see here we have our latitude south, longitude west, and our latitude north and longitude east. So we just need to copy these numbers into here. So this would be our latitude south. Then we have our latitude north. Our longitude west. And our longitude east. After that, we're just going to go ahead and click download. And we should get some files popping up here, our OSM file. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and change this to Washington, D.C. as well. And then we're going to go ahead and click on convert right here. Then we're going to go ahead and click on create obstacles. And now click on load network. So after that, we can go ahead and click on this tab at the top that says map, and we can use this zoom tool to kind of zoom out a little bit and see our map. So we can see that our map is here and that the network has been loaded. So now let's go over to this tab called traffic demand, and we're going to click on trips, and we're going to generate some trips. So for me, I'm just going to say 15. And go ahead and click on generate trips. So once it finishes, we're going to select add all. And you can see that 15 routes were added successfully. Click OK. And then we're going to go to add vehicles. So we'll just generate 15 vehicles. Say we'll change the color to yellow. And we are going to select add vehicle flows. Select OK. Now we want to go to this tab here that says routes, and these are all the routes that were generated, and we're going to go ahead and click save in the top right here to save our .ru.xml file. You can see that it was created here. So now we're going to go ahead and click on this Omnet++ tab at the top, and right here where it says use obstacles, we're going to go ahead and select yes. And some of these files that are being created here you may not necessarily need for this particular example, but it may be something that you want to use if you're building a simulation from scratch. So we're going to go ahead and click generate files. Select yes. Now that we've created all of our files, we can move over to Veins and start to copy some of the files over there. So we can get our custom map in there. For this example, I'm actually using the Instant Veins virtual machine, which is Linux based. But if you're using Windows, it would be the same process. You can add the files the same way. So we can go ahead and close this. And I'm going to go ahead and start my virtual machine. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the Python script. You can see it's listening for on port 9999, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up Omnet++. And these are the files that were created previously. So we're going to go to the Omnet++ IDE, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Veins folder and expand it, and we're going to go into examples, and we want to open up this INI file. If it's showing this, you can go ahead and click on source right here. And what we're interested in doing here is changing the playground size right here. So if we go to our INI file that was generated, we can just get the playground size from here. Can go ahead and close this, and then what we want to do is copy this config file, and we're going to go here and we're going to paste it, and we're going to overwrite the file that's there. Now we're going to go ahead and copy a few more files over to here. So the files that we're looking for, let's see, we want the launchd.xml, we want the .NET XML, we want the poly, the roux, and we want the sumo.cfg. So we're looking for a total of 5 files that we want to copy from the ones we generated. And we're going to go ahead and paste them here. now in our INI file, there's one last change that we want to make, and we want to change this so it uses our launchd.xml file. After this, we can go ahead and try to run it and see if it works. So you can right-click your omnet pp ini file, run as omnet++ simulation, click OK, you can save, click yes. You can just leave this as default, press OK. Press run at the top. So you can see now that we have our custom map of Washington, D.C. instead of the default map that comes with this Veins example. And so we have 15 cars on here.